Um, he, oh, he could just take anything and do little artwork with it. But he also did magic, and he had all kinds of tricks that he done, and the neighborhood loved that, and used to the salesmen, they would come by and, Mr. Catanese, show us a trick, and he'd have one ready for them, and then different ones invited him to do birthday parties for their children, and so he had little magic tricks for the kids to see, and he was just great at entertaining with them. And Chris had him over the Woodmen of the world. Once a year, they would have him over and do tricks for all the Majo kids and the Woodmen. We would go. I'd take my dad sometime on Saturday when I was working, and we would go to Walmart, and there would be so many people. It was like we couldn't really shop because they were coming up to my dad and saying, "Mr. Catanese, is that you?" They said, "We thought you were dead." And but because they had been closed, for a good while, and so they would just come up and they would relay some of the stories that they had about Daddy and the store, and so and everything. I'm so blessed because all of those that would come up and speak of my family, it was so much love from them about my family. And it was just really, really nice to know how much they thought of them. He was the oldest woodman in Louisiana. And there's a magazine that we have that Buddy Majo wrote an article about him and put in that magazine. He, like 2 months, been 106. He was 105 when he passed away. And he had a stroke when he was 100. And it slowed him down a little bit, but it didn't really affect his mind. And while he was in the hospital, Dr. Britton, who does pacemakers, told him that he needed a pacemaker. And so Dr. Britton, we laughed at him after he had done the surgery. He said, his nurse said, "Dr. Britton, I've never seen you shake, doing this surgery." He said, "Well, I've never had a 100-year-old man to have surgery, to do surgery on." He walked, and he was very, active until about the last year.